Hello everybody, it's Will here. It's July 16th. I'm back to doing an inspection of the hives. Last week when I was here, I think I determined that the old hive over there, the newly emerged queen didn't make it back from her mating flight. So what I ended up doing was pulling a couple of frames of eggs and very young larvae from the new hive and put it in the old one so that they would have another opportunity to make a queen. So I'm back here today to see if that happened. Hopefully it did. The other thing I noticed is because this hive was queenless for so long, the workers really went into overdrive as far as packing nectar away. So I have some empty frames along to act as placeholders, and my plan is if that is the case, I'll pull some frames of honey out of here, out of the brood chambers, extract the honey, and then bring the frames back so that the queen, hopefully the new queen, will have a place to lay eggs. So got fairly decent activity on both hives. Kind of watching the board here a little bit to see if I see any pollen coming in. None so far. I might have to put some pollen patties on here the next time I'm out. Let's take a look at this entrance board. A lot more active. Of course, it was the larger colony. Looking for pollen coming in. I don't see any right off the bat, so I may have to do the same for this one. All right. I have to bring my hand sickle back, take care of some of this grass. Well, they are busy. It's 90 degrees out now. I think they said the heat index is about 103. Perfect weather to be wearing a bee jacket for sure. Kidding. I am kidding. All right, a little bit of activity up here. Now this medium box has there's empty foundation frames on it. Last I looked, they were drawing out a little bit. So we'll kind of take a look in there, see what's going on. I'm gonna maybe clean up a little bit of this propolis. I'll put this in my pan here. Maybe find a use for that. Alright. So I guess I want to, while I'm here, kind of look to see if they've done anything with these boxes or these frames since the last time I was here. A little more comb drawn. I'm really going to just check the center ones here, because that tends to be the ones that they work on first. Yeah, we got more comb drawn here, so that's good. Have to keep at it. Okay, I'm not going to mess with this box too much. My main goal is to go through here and see if there is a queen cell that they built. So if I can keep my hive tool in my hand. And see how they're doing, and then determine if I have to pull frames to make room. And this box is packed as usual, which is good. I am going to kind of keep an eye out for a queen just in case I missed her last week when I was out here, but I didn't see any signs of eggs or anything. Always take a quick look in case the queen's up there. Okay, now I put a frame of eggs in the top here, and I put a frame of eggs in the bottom box. We'll kind of take a peek here. These two end frames are better comb, the synthetic comb. I've added more frames of this than I have had in the past. We'll see how much use they're making of it. And this is just jam-packed full of nectar and capped honey. Unfortunately, I can't extract this because of its synthetic comb. Again, I'm taking a quick look just in case I missed the queen the last time I was here. Okay. Pull this other frame out so I have room to work. I'm packing nectar in this one too. Now, this is the frame that's been on there since last year. You can see where it kind of got melted down, but it's good to see that they made use of this new one. So now I'm going through and looking to see what they did with that frame of eggs I put in here. Once I get to it. Okay, this is all nectar. And that side's empty, so I have to keep that in mind. There's room on this frame. I think this might be the one I had the brood on it. And it's empty. Like they got a nest waiting. Same way with this side. Maybe it's the next frame I put in. Huh. Kind of looks like there's some royal jelly going in some of these cells. There is. So maybe I do have a laying queen. I mean, my panic from last week was just a false alarm. We'll see. Okay. Now, I think this is the one I put in last week. If they're queenless, they would have made an emergency cell, but it looks like they just capped them off on that side and on this side. There is older larvae in there. And I don't see any sign of an emergency queen cell. So maybe I do have a queen, I just couldn't find her. And maybe she hadn't started laying yet last week. So now I need to look really close for a queen. Okay, I see capped brooding larvae here, so there has to be a queen. I didn't put eggs in 2 frames. So that makes me feel better. The hive's okay. The question is where's the queen? I'd like to see her. If I get quiet, as I've said in previous videos, it's because I'm concentrating on trying to find what I'm looking for, and in this case it's the queen bee, which when you have this many bees in a hive, it can be challenging. See royal jelly in this one too. This side's polished up and ready to lay. Yeah, royal jelly and eggs. Looking extra hard on this frame because she has to be around here pretty close. But there again, she is a young queen, so she could be moving around quite a bit. Queen cups at the bottom. Load of nectar on the top. And pollen stores. Okay. Oh my gosh, that's honey. And pollen starts. So I'm not going to pull any frames off of this that I can tell. Depending on what's going on down below. I'm pausing because I'm listening. They got loud. With that last frame. Yeah. And I always try to pay attention to that, because sometimes that gives me a clue as to where the queen is. And that's all honey. Alright, so I'm not going to mess with pulling frames off of this if she has room to lay, which she does. Put this back together. Now see this dragonfly here? Dragonflies are meat eaters. This dragonfly is around for one thing, and then one thing only. It's to catch honeybees, and I think it just scooped one up and flew off with it. Alright. So I didn't see a queen up top here, but I did see signs that I have one. Because I only put one frame of eggs in the top here. I put one frame of eggs in the bottom last week. Trying to escort these bees up where I want them. Because I'd like to pull that box off. I'm going to smoke them off here. Oh my God, it's heavy. Alright, take a look down here, see what's going on. Hopefully I spot a queen or more signs of one. Now if I spot the queen, I'm going to try to catch her and mark her, but at this point I'm just happy that I have a sign of one. Okay, pull this frame. Okay, we got pollen, bee bread, and nectar. That's all good signs. Okay. Pull this frame out, give myself some room. Again, bee bread and nectar. Now when I split the hive a few weeks ago, I put some empty foundation in, so it's nice to see them drawing this out. And using it. Alright, we should be coming up. I can't remember if it was this one or the next one. That was the frame of eggs and stuff that I put in. That was this one. There's capped brood there. Again, no sign of an emergency cell. And they're worker. These are all worker cells. So I think I am queen right up here in this box. And I'm not going to pull any. Again, I'm not going to pull any nectar or honey because she has plenty of room to work. Okay, so this frame is synthetic comb. Be interested to see what they're doing with this. And now it looks like nectar. So again, I'm pretty sure I have this hive is queen right. I haven't spotted her yet. I'm not going to really go hunting for her too bad because I did see signs. Pretty sure she's in the top box up there. Okay. I'm not going to mess with this hive anymore today. I'm kind of happy that I saw more eggs and stuff in that top box than I put in it. So that tells me there is a queen. I'm going to put this box back together. And put the hive together and call it a day on this one. Give it another week, maybe I'll spot the queen. This box has to weigh 60 pounds. Whew. All right. Put everything back together. Give it more time and see what we got. Inner cover. Okay. Now the next thing I want to do is look at the new hive and try to determine, hope that I didn't do too much harm to it by pulling the eggs and stuff last week. So give this a quick gander. Now this box has the extracted honey box that I had pulled a couple weeks ago. I put it on here so they could clean the honey up, and just kind of left it here to store it because why not? Yep. I didn't think much was going on down here or up here. So we're gonna pull this off. Pull this queen excluder off. Quick look for the queen. Don't see her there. Okay. Numbers are looking good for being a fairly new colony. Now this hive again has buttercomb synthetic comb in it. And I think from what I'm seeing, what I've noticed now, the bees will use it, but they'll use it for nectar only. I haven't noticed them put any eggs or anything in it. I haven't done anything with that. Okay, and this should be a honey frame. A little bit going for them. Foundation if they need it. Haven't pulled anything on it yet. So now I'm looking for what was my original queen in here, or signs that she's here still happily working away. That's all nectar. There she is. Okay. So I want to remark this queen. So I'm going to use this gadget to catch her. And hopefully not injure her in the process. Alright. So I had the queen bee in here. I'll set that to the side now. I'm going to get my my marker. See if I can get a picture first. There's several. Doesn't hurt to take a bunch. Okay. So I know I'm queen right over here. Gotta prime this pen. So this year ends in a 1, which would make the color white. So my goal is now is to get her lined up so that her thorax is right at this grate and get her marked. I'm going to let her in there and let that dry for a while. I think what I'm going to do in the meantime while I'm waiting for that is look at a couple more frames here, make sure she is still laying or has room to work. She has plenty of room over here to do her thing. Alright, cap cells and larva. So she is doing her thing, and that whole side is, let me get your tilt back up. This whole side is capped. And this side's capped with eggs and larvae. And very young larvae on that side. Okay. And I'm going to pull this better comb, see what they're doing with it. Nothing really. So what I want to do is I'm going to put this foundation in here so they draw it. And they can use that butter comb to store food stores in. Okay. Hives back together. Again, I'm not going to mess with it a whole lot. I did what I was hoping to. Found the queen and got her marked. Giving her time to let that paint dry. Get a few pictures here. Give it a couple more minutes, and then what I'll do is I'll release the queen down in, and then this hive will be happy and I can get out of this bee jacket because it is hot. So I'm going to kind of recap now before I end. This hive I think is queen right now. I saw signs of laying that weren't there before and wasn't added by me. I only added a frame to each box of eggs, and I saw more than one frame of capped larvae up here. So I'm pretty sure that's queen right. I just have yet to spot the queen. When I do spot her, I'll mark her just like I just did this one. That way she's easier to spot. This hive I'm sure is queen right because I just caught her and marked her, which should make it easier to spot. I did a little rearranging, so this is kind of, it's almost like a nuke in a way. They got these frames here for her to lay and stuff in. Got these frames for these 2 frames for food stores. They can use these, and I'm hoping they draw out the foundations when they can. So I'm pretty pleased. I was a little discouraged last week, but I'm feeling a lot better this week. All right, that might be dry enough. Maybe. Yeah, I had to remark her because all the paint I had on her earlier was off. I'm just glad I spotted her. And this is kind of a neat gadget to have. It makes it a lot easier for marking queens. Alright, I think it's probably been long enough, so I'm going to open this slowly. And out she came right away, and now she wants to climb up. So we'll let her do her thing. See if she wanders her way down. There she goes. All right. Mission accomplished. As long as I didn't harm the queen, we'll be good. And I figure at this point, as long as I can keep one of these 2 boxes of bees laying eggs, I can use one to rescue the other in a pinch, like I thought I had last week. The nice thing is those eggs didn't go to waste. They just capped them off like they normally would. And they'll become members of that colony. So, feeling better about that. No harm, no foul. Okay, everything's back. Grab my stuff. Oh, what's also interesting is that propolis kind of melted against that hot pan. So that's kind of cool. I didn't think it would do that, but apparently it will, and I'll find a use for that. All right, folks, that's it for today, and I'll check back next week and see how this hive is doing, make sure that it is queen right, and hopefully I'll spot the queen and can get her marked. In the meantime, everybody have a great week. And I'll see you next time. Oh, and be safe.